They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne.
And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
A give, it's Etienne off the option.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Wilson. He gets it complete to Harris.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Malik Harrison on the tackle. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Now Wilson. Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Out of his end zone, Love.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go safe, pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit on the play, but able to dump it to his running back and gain some yardage. I liked everything about it, especially his ability to stay in the pocket and execute.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game of their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Good coverage that time by Malcolm Butler.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To the air again, Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Hunter Nicewander on to punt now on 4th down.
Back deep, Deontay Harris. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard. Return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Steps away to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. To throw is Wilson.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Love, they go play action now. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Third and 2. Love with it. He'll let it go deep for Beckham.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Harris to return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive.
And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He'll get this off to ETN.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Following the interception, Love. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Love. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Levi Onwuzurike in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Love looking to throw it. Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, that's Smith, a nice catch. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jeff Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Off the option, here's Etienne. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Past the 20. 10. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Well, Jarius Sneed up to make the play defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. First down, going to the air with Love. Short little throw to Ebron. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Off the play fake, Love. He gets it to Thomas. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a run with Singletary. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Love. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
On the give, this is Singletary. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Play 56, play 56. Let's make these big moves.
On play action. Love to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Watch a slant, watch a slant. Watch a slant. 53's the mark, 53.
Here's Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Eric Ebron. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Wilson. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go, B, let's go. Let's get there. 43 is the mic. Too little,
From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 43 is the mic.
Again, Wilson.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, then they might get hit with a screen. Maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Got a man, Slayton. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson.
He'll drop this one off with ETN.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. It's a gain of 7, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
The kick by Parkey is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it.
That's caught inside the 20. And finally he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15.
Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play, they max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They run here with Singletary.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Second down and goal. Love.
He's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Ricard.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami.
Patrick Ricard,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Now Prater to add the PAT.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. From the 27, Wilson. He gets it complete to Harris. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 6.
Throwing is Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Schultz. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. A really nice catch, but bottom line, that should have gone for more yardage.
Give him a pass in the flat that allows him to get upfield. There's plenty of distance between him and all the defenders. Actually cost himself some yardage there. Yeah, they got the completion, but it could have been so much more.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the set. Come for weapon. 80 weapon. Ready.
Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Second and 6.
Check, 43. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready.
Here's Wilson to throw.
And that's complete ETN out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Get in the way. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Flushed out right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
45 is the mic. Hey, check. Ready, go.
A handoff for ETN.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
2nd and 10.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Now it's Wilson. That ball caught by Slayton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Defense, keep it up, guys. 40's mic. You ain't going.
This is Stills on the jet sweep. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less.
They'll go option to the short side. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Pick it up. Check the backer.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson.
He'll get this out wide to Penny.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Let's go. 18 Gator. You better be afraid.
Here's Stevenson.
And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Wilson. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jake Butt his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit.
Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down at 7.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Play action this time with Love. Airing it out deep for Smith.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense. Here we go.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Now it's Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Rashad Penny, and that'll bring up second down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. They got the fumble recovery. Now here's Love to pass. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Singletary. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And this one complete to Smith. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Prater's kick is good, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Bryant pulled that time there to get a hand on it. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. He'll get this off to ETN. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Wilson will throw again. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. A gain of 6 there on first. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He finds his man complete. And Schultz. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. He's to the 10, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now Parkey for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
56. Mike, 56 right there, 56.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Now a toss to Singletary running to the left. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Defensively, they rally the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result could be something you don't like. He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Dolphins, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week